Okay, this is the part 1 of the video. So at this point I took the air box out already. The only thing with the air box, there's a skinny little vacuum hose attached to the back of the box, so we make sure to disconnect it before ripping it off. And then there are 3 metal brackets attached to the intake manifold that needs to come off. And then there's a heater hose attached in the back. So you can either unclip it with a flat screwdriver, but then it's kind of tricky, so I decided to just take the whole bracket out of the intake manifold. It's a 10mm hex nut, not hex screw. So that's done. And then there are 5 or 6 Allen bolt, 8mm, holding the intake manifold. So that needs to come off. Okay, and I decided to take the radiator fan and fan shroud and reservoir tank. So just unclip it and then fans. I think there are 4 or 5 nuts on there. So all you need is 2 combination wrench. So you hold one of the nut and then you crack the other nut at the same time. It's kind of hard, but it's not hard. So you just gotta take that off, and then while you're doing it, you might as well just drain the radiator coolant from the drain plug at the bottom. And I'll be removing the reservoir tank. You don't have to drain the reservoir. You just remove it and just keep it upright, I guess. And this fan shroud has, I believe, I remember 2 screws at the top. And the bottom part is held with just a slide-on clip. So you just kind of have to pull it up. And then the fan and shroud all come at the same time. You can just pull it up. There you go. And then I'm just gonna take the serpentine belt out. And then I'll be getting the intake manifold ready to pull out, and some vacuum hoses, and some sensor connectors needs to come off, and what else is there? There's some heater housing, main harness clips attached but not, so they all have to get unclipped or disconnected. So you kind of have to wiggle around to make sure nothing is connected anymore. So I think it's almost ready to come out. Just making sure nothing's hooked up. There we go. Now I'm making sure I don't lose the clip. So ideally everything really needs to be organized, or whatever you take out you have to organize it, keep it organized so you don't lose them. So I'm unclipping the harness holder that's attached to the valve covers. Ignition coil or spark plug needs to come off. So it's a bit, I should have done this earlier, but just in case I don't drop nuts or bolts or anything into the intake, so I just grab a masking tape and then plug all the holes just in case. Okay, and then same precautionary thing, just it's so easy to just mangle the radiator with the wrenches and stuff, so it's good to have a piece of cardboard just to protect it. Now you kind of want to crack the crank bolt, so you just need a breaker bar that's attached to the bottom side of the frame, and just like in the picture like that. And then you have to go to your fuse box on your driver's side and then take out the fuel pump fuse, and you can either disconnect the ignition coil fuse or just remove the coil from the top of the engine, like either or. And after that's done, the radiator hose needs to come off, and then all these other accessories like serpentine belt pulleys and alternator needs to come off, and then AC compressor and AC pump needs to come off. So the alternator you can pull out, and for the AC compressor there's a bracket at the bottom that needs to get undone. And then AC compressor, you just undo the mount. You don't have to disconnect any hose or anything. So you just wanna disconnect it from the mount and then put it on the side. That's all you need to do. And then it's pretty much the same thing for power steering pump. You don't wanna have to disconnect any of the hoses. So all you need is just I believe it was just two mounting bolts. You take that off. You basically just leave it hanging on the side, out of the way. So I just used like woodworking clamp to keep it on the side. I'm just doing a power steering pump there. Yeah, just like that. You just use the clamp to just keep it to the side.